Welcome back to the stream. Welcome back to another video. Today we're going to get into a variety of topics, but this first topic, we'll talk about the Model Y Juniper and how it is actually a pretty terrible deal relative to the finance rates that we've seen pretty recently. Not because of what's in the options, the packages. I actually feel like that's actually an okay deal. But if you take a look at the financing, if you take a look at the lease, you will see what I'm seeing, and it is actually a bad deal. So we're going to take a look at that plus a variety of topics, unless you're purchasing it this way. But before we do that, let's roll that intro really quick. All right, so thanks for watching another stream. Thanks for watching another video. My name is Dennis, and I love talking about Tesla deal hacking, as I like to call it, but basically just getting the best deal on Tesla at the best financing rate. So definitely hit that subscribe if you're interested, and definitely check out my Patreon link down below in the description where you can support the channel and get access to the ultimate Tesla buying guide out there with all the best interest rates for financing a new or used Tesla. And today's live stream is partnered with Mint Mobile, where you can save money on your mobile phone plan for as low as $15 a month, but more on that later. So the Model Y Juniper, the refresh, the one that actually is just hitting showrooms in the US as of yesterday. There's even another state now that has a Model Y Juniper. I'll tell you this at the end of this, but it's actually a terrible deal, and not because of what's in it, not in terms of like the packages, options, full self-driving, and all that other stuff. That actually is an okay deal relative if you were to take a look at like all the different packages, because if you were to get all of that, it's a force add essentially, and if you were to compare it versus the older one, it's actually an okay deal, and it's not that bad in terms of what you get from it at the end of the day. But here it is why I think is a bad deal. Unless you are paying cash, leasing has an eye-watering money factor / interest rate of 0.00450. So you might be teased by this $599 payment, but there's a lot it takes to get to that $599 payment, and what it takes to get there is a 10.8%, almost 11% interest if you're going to be leasing it. Financing, it was 0% in November to December, but if you were to finance right now, it is 5.99%. And so that's pretty much the same on all different vehicles for Tesla. It's all 5.99. So it's not going to get better than that. And still 5.99, I guess, is relatively better than the market out there in terms of the automotive market. But if you were to compare it to like what we saw in November, December, where Tesla vehicles, both Model 3 and Model Y, of course, the old Model Y was 0% financing, and not that long ago as well. And so certainly it was a pretty interesting time for sure. But certainly if you're looking to buy a Tesla Model Y Juniper, I mean, unless you can get lower rates than 5.99, which you can, and don't forget, there is credit unions out there, and we'll talk about that probably tomorrow. But if you're looking for that resource on a full list of all the different credit unions that anybody can join, definitely check out my Patreon link down below in the description. You get access to my buying guide, which has all the different resources, plus an access to the credit union list that is in like the 4 to 5% range, which is a savings over 5.99%. It does require a little bit of a legwork, but anybody can join some of those credit unions on the list. And so that's why I think it's a pretty bad deal unless you're paying cash and saving yourself, unless you've got other opportunities to make higher than 5.99%, which I guess the argument there is that if you're a Tesla investor, you've been doing well for the past year, way over 5.99%. And so certainly that could be the flip side if you're looking to do that. But let us know what your thoughts on it. Let us know what you're thinking. If you're looking for the deal on a Tesla Model Y, my recommendation is still going to be the same. I think June might be our earliest moment. June for Juniper discounts and incentives and everything might be the earliest we see something, but more than likely it's going to be the end of Q3, which is going to be September, and definitely by the end of December or the end of the year, December, which is going to be Q4. But let us know what your thoughts on it. Let us know what you're thinking. Are you buying a Tesla Model Y Juniper, and which color are you going for with? We put it in the live stream channel chat as well. On top of that, if you are getting a Model Y Juniper, great news. The tow package is included now, so you don't have the option to get it or not. You're going to get it no matter what on top of that. And let us know, because I'm kind of on the fence right here between the Model Y Juniper. Like, I kind of want one, but then like, it's like you got to buy it in a certain fashion. It might not be worth it. And then it's also like, what color do we get? Do we go with the ultra red, which I think looks better, or do we go with the Quicksilver, which I think is the fan favorite, which fan favorite, which I think also looks good as well. We were able to see a Quicksilver Model Y yesterday, and maybe I was just so excited I didn't even realize it was Quicksilver, or maybe because it was inside, it didn't have the depth in the paint that I'm usually used to with that. I like the 19-inch rims, but of course I want to maximize value, and if I'm paying for it anyways, I guess I'll get the 20-inch Helix 2.0 rims as well. And finally, if I were to get a Model Y, white interior would be the move, because I have yet to have a Tesla vehicle with white interior, so it might as well be this time where I finally get the white interior. On top of that, here's my quick review on the Model Y. Having sit in it for about an hour and a half, playing around with the different features and everything, I've really summed it up to 2 features, and this is going to be funny to say out loud, 2 features that are going to be my favorite. The first one, not that funny, but the second one is definitely funny. The first one is going to be the rear tail light. I actually enjoy it a lot. I like the design. It's different. Everybody's going this blade light bar, and I like how Tesla is just taking it to a different level with this indirect light. The second one is the rear folding seats. Actually, they surprise me. They're very fast. There's 3 intuitive controls, one on the screen, one on the side of the chair, and one in the rear. And it's funny to say this, but quote, Tesla says they are the fastest full power folding rear seats in the industry. Kind of funny to say that loud, but I see what they're saying here. And I really like how the front 2 seats move a little bit so that it blocks it, because that hits me all the time in terms of when I'm trying to fold that second row. I always hit the seat, and actually I just like jam it down because I'm too lazy to move the front seat. So very smart to see. And we've got a video of the front washer in action on the Model Y, and we can see how much of fluid it sprays all over the place. And I imagine Tesla's going to bring this to a bunch of different models, not only the front camera, but also the washer module on all of them. And here's a cool look at a white Model Y Juniper with the indirect light bar, and how bright it is, but also how bright it shines on the floor like this. Look how much that glow is on the back of it. It really goes to see that instead of shining the light on people's faces, it just goes downward and glows up the area. And on top of that, yesterday we were able to find and see a Model Y Juniper in person, so definitely check out that video. Quick 8-minute video where we walked around it in 4K and everything. But there is also another Model Y Juniper that has been spotted. This one in the Las Vegas Tesla West Sahara Avenue store. So if you're in the Vegas area, go ahead and check that one out. It seems to be a Quicksilver with the white interior. So very cool to see, because yesterday we saw a black interior one. So I'd love to see a white interior one. And on top of that, Joe did a drone video, and it appears from the video, it seems like vehicles like the Model Y Juniper are rolling off the line, but it seems like this is a pilot production at Giga, Texas, and not the actual production units. But I would imagine, my prediction is this is going to be a quick delivery. And I know Tesla is saying like a March delivery for some of these Model Y Junipers, but I could easily see this being bumped up quickly, because think about how quickly they were able to get these Model Y Junipers into showroom. They've planned this. They've been planning this for a while now. And so I bet we see some of these vehicles coming ASAP to deliveries and everything. So definitely some pretty cool stuff. Let us know what your thoughts on it. Let us know what you're thinking. On top of that, another interesting tidbit with this Model Y Juniper, that even though this is 2025 right now, this is going to be a 2026 VIN car, at least the one that was in the showroom that we saw yesterday. And so maybe these new Model Ys are going to be 2026, which is kind of interesting. 2025's Model Ys are going to be a very short term. And that makes sense, I guess, because there's 2025s being sold as well. So this is an easy way there for them to differentiate 2026 versus 2025. And if you're someone waiting for a deal on the old Tesla Model Y, we are seeing better deals, better discounts in that front. We've hit a new local high, $6,800 off, or $6,890 off of a Tesla vehicle. And so certainly it is getting up there. So if you're interested, I would say the deals are going to be, they're like right on the cusp of releasing for the old and busted legacy Model Y. And so we literally could be right around the corner for one of these. So if you're interested in getting one of these Tesla vehicles, definitely, of course, don't forget to use a Tesla referral code, just like the one down below in the description, so you can get it up to $1,000 off of a Tesla vehicle out there. But yeah, we saw a Model Y long range, $6,890 off, another one, $6,360 off. You can find the deals or the list of all of these down below in our description, so you can take a look at it and see for yourself. I'll also paste a link right there. You can see all the different deals that are out there that we found to be the local high for the Tesla Model Y, the old and busted Tesla Model Y. On top of that, Tesla has released 0% interest rate in another market, not this market. Don't get excited, but 0% is now available in Thailand as well. So it seems like they know what they need to do. If they want to clear out inventory, they got to put 0%. And so certainly if you're looking for a Model Y, an old and busted legacy Model Y, but still a new hot one, or not the new hot one, then I would say deals are going to be coming very soon for that one. So you might as well just be waiting, wait around just for a little bit longer. And certainly the new first Giga Berlin has delivered their first Model Y refresh off of their showroom or whatever, their factory line and everything. And you can see it's been signed by everybody on the team. Really cool to see this actually. Really cool to see how many people are involved. And I imagine there's way more people involved into building a Model Y. So really cool to see all the different effort and everything. But definitely some pretty interesting stuff. Let us know what your thoughts on it. Let us know what you're thinking. We're going to jump into the live stream comments. Before we get into our next topic, I've been trying to save money lately, and that's why we talk about this channel, trying to get the best deal on a Tesla. And I've been looking at our subscriptions like YouTube Premium, Netflix, trying to figure out how I could save some money every single month. And cutting expenses, it's kind of hard. We've been trying to rack our brain together and figure out how. That's why I'm so intrigued with our channel partner, Mint Mobile. They offer premium wireless starting at $15 a month. And I can get high-speed data and unlimited talk and text on the nation's largest 5G network, and I can even bring my own phone along with my current number and existing contracts. I'm sacrificing nothing. I've used Mint Mobile a ton, and I switched my second line to Mint Mobile, and I've been using it to watch YouTube and play podcasts on our daily commute and haven't noticed any drop in speed. And I can't tell the difference. So how hard is it to switch service? Big Wireless wants you to think it's actually hard, but it's not at all. Switching to Mint is super easy thanks to digital eSIM cards, which most of you now have. You can sign up and activate immediately right on your phone from the comfort of your home. If your phone doesn't have an eSIM, Mint will ship you a new SIM card for free. So if you want to save little money without the sacrifice, go to trymintmobile.com/DennisCW, also linked down below in the description, to get premium wireless for just $15 a month when you purchase a 3-month plan. Thank you to Mint for partnering, and let's get on to the next topic. Thanks for that, everyone. Let's see. Super Clean, thanks for coming in. Or Super Cups, thanks for coming in. YSBH, great to see you. Sig, Brent, Mizra Fisher, great to see you. Chris, 007, great to see you. Pickle Tech, great to see you. Crypto Zero, thanks for coming in. And let's see. Zachary, great to see you. Say Hey Kid. Sean, Zachary, thank you all for dropping by. Thanks for hitting the like button in the comments today. Do you think the affordable car will be an all-new model or mini Model Y or 3? It's probably going to be similar to a Cybercab. Cab is my best guess. Buy these things used, they depreciate like a rock. YSBH, you're speaking some truth there for sure. Sig, with all these other manufacturers coming onto the Tesla Superchargers, what are these other brands going to be doing to increase the infrastructure, or are they just leaving that up to Tesla to solve? I think they're leaving it up to Tesla, and I thought Tesla was going to get billions from an infrastructure bill or whatever, but it seems like that is killed as well. Team Old and Busted with bigger discount incentive and improved financing, Brent. Yeah, 100%. And we're just seeing the beginning of that with some of these bigger discounts. The new local high, $68.90 for sure. I waited for the Juniper, and now I think I might buy a 2025. Yeah, it seems at this point, I mean, Tesla's smart. They're creating a massive spread between Juniper refresh and the new older one. And so we're going to see, I can't wait to see, because still kind of, it's a good deal if you're leasing. Yeah, don't get me wrong. Like some of these Model Y legacy, older ones, if you lease it, and if you're looking for lease interest rates on what we've recorded from talking to some of the sales reps, it's actually in our deal spreadsheet down below in the description. It's tab number 3, where we actually itemize all the different lease ones. And it seems like right now, long range rear wheel drive is the best lease, hands down. All wheel drive, you might as well just finance it and own, or you can still lease it. There's definitely benefits to leasing it, but those are the two spots if you're looking to get a older Model Y, especially if you combine that with a massive discount like some of these, $6,000, $7,000 off, plus a Tesla referral code, just like the one down below in the description. If I lost it somewhere where you can save a little bit more, you can see how that could be a better deal at the end of the day. No regret in buying a Model Y Performance last month. While I wanted the new updates, Juniper, I'm not going to pay $60K for a Model Y long range. Plus, I plan on keeping my Model Y Performance till the wheels come off. Yeah, 100%. The deal was like, even if you wanted a Juniper, I was telling this all through November, December, just get the older one, get the deal, get the 0%, get the discount as what it was, and then just ride it out for 2 to 3 years, and then wait for the Juniper deal, because we've played this game. We know exactly what's going to happen, and Model Y Juniper will get discounts not in the near future, maybe earliest as December, definitely by next year. That's just how it works every single year. I agree, Chris. I'll wait for the most possible discount on a non-launch model release. Yeah, I guess that's the second question, right? When is non-launch for the Tesla Model Y Juniper? When is that going to be coming out? Because that is our next unknown at this point for the Tesla vehicles. In this next topic, bigger Tesla Model 3 performance discounts are here. Tesla just released a bunch of Tesla Model 3 performances, and all of them have around that same $4,000 to $4,500 off. Here's an example of one of them, an ultra red. You can see $4,560 off. Here's another one, a white one, $4,480 off. We actually found plenty of them. It's on our deal spreadsheet down below in the Model 3 section, Model 3 performance, all of them. This is what, about like 10 of them right here, all of them with the $4,000 to $4,500 off. And the beauty with this one is this is before the Tesla referral code program, where you can save up to an extra $500 to $1,000 off of a Tesla vehicle. And also don't forget about the military program, which you could also save another $1,000 off as well. But definitely some pretty interesting stuff. We are starting to see some bigger discounts, which makes sense. We're getting near the end of Q1. And on top of that, it's going to get better and better, because the one thing that's really weird with the Model 3 performance is that they've got plenty of 2024 Tesla Model 3 performances, and they've got incoming 2025 Model 3 performances as well. And so we're going to see this spread where they've got to discount one of them to clear them out, and that one of them is going to be their older 2024. But let us know what your thoughts on it. Let us know what you're thinking. We're going to jump into the live stream comments. When 84-month, 0% zero down payment for old Model Y, I guess my prediction, because it's too late for January at this point, right? Maybe February, they come right out of the gate. This is my prediction. February 1st, right out of the gate, 0% financing for Model Y Juniper plus inventory discounts. I could easily see that. Zachary, I was really hoping for more range. I do a 500-mile once-a-month trip, and the charging infrastructure in the south is bad. I'm tired of going to Buc-ee's. Yeah, I can imagine that. And so that's what I really wanted to. That was on my wish list, like a 400-mile range. But I guess like at some point, the Model Y Juniper rear-wheel drive long range is going to come out, and that's probably going to have close to 400 miles of range. I could easily see that coming out at the end of the day. In this next topic, new Tesla update 2.25.2. Did I get the right? 2025.2. Here it is. There's a bunch of new features that are coming out. It seems to be an employee release first, but here's a preview of what you're about to get on your Tesla vehicle. Rear cross traffic chime, third-party charging preconditioning. Interesting. Hands-free trunk for Android, weather info for waypoints, and Battle of Polytopia update. That's a game, of course. And so third-party fast charging preconditioning. Your vehicle now supports preconditioning for additional third-party fast chargers. Okay, that's kind of cool, I guess, like to make sure you're optimized. Rear cross traffic chime. When you shift into reverse, a warning sound will play from the direction of an incoming object detected behind you, such as a vehicle or pedestrian. That's really nice. A lot of other manufacturers have this as well, and so that way it'll keep it safe, so you don't run over things or someone when you're driving around. This Battle of Potopia, that's a game, of course, and weather information is now displayed for the both final destination and the waypoints in your routes turn by turn. I'm actually curious, right? We use waypoints a ton. Do you guys use waypoints when you're driving around? I guess because when I'm always out, I'm always doing like 3 to 4 errands at once, and so I just like planning everything to give people ETAs and everything. But let us know what your thoughts on it. Definitely cool, and that's the beauty with Tesla vehicles. vehicles, right? They keep updating and updating them, and your vehicles get better and better at the end of the day. Say here in Las Vegas, there's 6 cars only discount for the Model Y. Yeah, of course, it's definitely market dependent. Sean, looks like you can still order the older Model Y. Says February delivery. I would guess production of that Model Y would be ending soon. Yeah, they've got to convert the lines, and so at some point the Model Y old inventory will just phase out. And on top of that, I was actually watching Out of Specs video on their Model Y walk around and everything with all the different features, and he actually mentioned that in China you can order a Tesla Model Y Juniper launch edition. Of course, that's the same here. But on the other side, they can actually you can take delivery of a non-launch edition, but it's only in inventory. You can't order it to spec. So whatever arrives in inventory, that's what you get. So now it's got me wondering, will there be non-launch edition Model Ys? And will that be soon? Or I guess it's all dependent on demand. Like just like how the Cybertruck Foundation series, they kept that thing for like 9 months. And then finally we saw a non-foundation and all in inventory vehicles. I bet we see something similar to that, like 3 to 6 months for a non-launch edition Tesla Model Y. And this next topic, there's something weird that's going on with the hardware for computers in new Model Ys, and it seems like a legacy new Model Y has appeared with a front camera connection. This is very peculiar for sure, and if you've got an older Model Y, maybe there could be a potential where a retrofit could be possible, and B, you might be able to get a front camera, and maybe they're going to be putting front cameras on the older ones if they're being produced as well. Probably not, but it would be very interesting to see if you could retrofit an older computer or two with a new one, or putting a new one into an older vehicle and add a front bumper camera. Shout out to Green for posting this. So I've just come across a hardware for computer that's unlike any I've ever seen. It has a front bumper camera connection populated. Before you say it's a Model Y Juniper refresh card computer, it's not, because it actually does not actually have a second screen connector. So very interesting to see. And so I don't know what to think of this, but just want to let you guys know, because maybe Tesla's cooking up something in which older Tesla Model Ys, you could swap this computer out and just put it in a new one, and you'll be able to get that camera for maybe autopilot or full self-driving or whichever it may be. And also don't forget the Model 3 Highland, when it first was released, it was accidentally released with a front bumper camera. So I would bet, if I were to gamble and bet, I bet all the Tesla models, maybe not now, but in the future, all of them are going to have a front bumper camera in the front of their vehicles. But let us know what your thoughts on it. Let us know what you think. I mean, that's one cool feature of the Model Y that's different from any of the other models, except of course Cybertruck, but certainly very cool to see at the end of the day. But let us know what your thoughts on it are. Super. Do you feel like the Cybertruck is the best Tesla vehicle? Yes, I would say it's the most utility. It's the most comfortable. When this Cybertruck comes out, the rear-wheel drive version, and it's potentially $52,000 after the tax credit if they make it in time, that's going to be my hard recommendation, unless you've got like 3 kids and you need the extra space, like a 7-seater. But even then, I don't even know I would recommend a Model X for that, because that's too small. $3,500 was the best deal around Chicago, but bought my Model Y launch today. Plan to keep this exterior look for at least half a decade. Nice videos from Bob. Congrats. Enjoyed in good health. And now it's the most exciting time, or the second exciting time for this, accessories. And so definitely check out some of the links down below in the description for accessory discounts that support the channel as well. My favorite at the moment is going to be 3W floor liner floor mats. We just got a set on our Model 3 Performance, and they are fantastic. Use our promo code discount down below and get a fantastic price on them, and it supports the channel as well. In fact, if you check out our deal spreadsheet down below, we bucket accessories into the top 3 no BS accessories that you should be getting for your Tesla vehicle. That's phone mounts, all-weather floor mats, and a center console, a good center console. Floor mats, and there's different levels to floor mats as well. All-weather floor mats. We got the cheap Amazon ones, which I think is just, the entry level if you just want to mess them up. We got Tasmanian, which is like a decent set as well. Good, better. And then best for sure is going to be the 3W floor liners, which actually, if you use our code, it's in line with the same price as some of the other ones, and it's by far the better quality. Way better than some of the other ones. Even some of those like other 3W floor mat liner ones. We've got those on the Model X, and those are also definitely trash compared to the 3W liner floor mat one. So definitely check it out. Link down below in the description, and let us know what your thoughts on it and what accessories you are looking to get. Kevin, I'm content with my current Model Y. I'm just waiting for them to with solid state batteries to come out. Yeah, that'd be sick because solid state, it's been coming along for a while. And so I can't wait to see when that actually comes out as well. The 3W liners don't come in 7-seater Model Y. Ooh, yeah, I think because the 7-seater is just an extra piece. They don't sell that extra piece because it's the same thing in the first and second row. But yeah, I see what you mean. So is it worth to wait for a Model Y after launch edition release? US Rails, it all depends on the deal. Right now, there isn't a deal for the Model Y Juniper. And so if you don't need a vehicle, don't get the Model Y Juniper refresh because the financing isn't good. There's no discount. They're making you buy all these different accessories and everything. And so it's, unless you're going to be getting that anyways and you need a vehicle, like you just totaled out your old vehicle or whatever, or you're giving your vehicle to your family member, your older Tesla, then I would say just wait it out because the deal is only going to get better at this point. What else we got? In this next topic, there is a $6,000 Rivian discount at the moment. And let's clear up some of the confusion here because when I first saw this, I thought you had to trade a vehicle in to get that $6,000 off of a Rivian. Well, actually, you don't even have to do that at all. So it's got me thinking now because we want to get out of our Model X. But all you have to do is you have to request trade-in of any vehicle and you do not need to trade it in. And on top of that, on top of the $6,000 offer, there is a a Rivian referral code down below in the description where you can save an extra $500 in value as well. But you can save up to $6,000 off of a new Rivian vehicle. And I think it tiers down as you go to some of the other trims, but that is a little bit of a guide right here if you're interested. It goes $6,000 for tri-motor, $4,500 for dual motor, and $3,000 for dual motor with max battery. All you have to do is place the order, request a trade-in, and then contact Hey Rivian at Rivian Roamer to apply your discount. But definitely some pretty interesting stuff. Let us know what your thoughts on it. Let us know what you're thinking. You have to order after January 21st, and you have to take delivery before March 31st of this year, and you do not need to trade in. Very cool to see this deal, and Rivian is just essentially giving an extra deal out the door for it. But let us know what your thoughts on it. Let us know what you're thinking. Do you feel full self-driving is now worth $8,000? Super Cubs, that is a great question because the more and more we use it and the more and more I drive, it actually is saving a ton. I'm getting a lot of time back because I'm spending more time on the road and everything. And if you've got a good setup, which we talked about this, sunglasses plus a phone mount, it actually is very, very nice. Is it worth $8,000? I guess it really depends on how much you drive and how long you are keeping that vehicle. If you drive more than 1 hour a day, you have to figure out what your hourly rate is as well. If you drive an hour a day, round trip, everything, just take your hourly rate, maybe just half it in half, 50%, apply it to that 1 hour a day, and then figure out how long you're going to keep that vehicle. If it's 5 years, hour a day, 5 days a week, 52 weeks times 5 years, you can see where my math is starting to go here. And you have to kind of do that math for yourself, because if full self-driving saves you time and gives you some of that time back, is it worth that extra $8,000? And also don't forget, because Autopilot does a decent job as well. Full self-driving just makes it 20 to 30% better, I would say. And so Autopilot gives you a lot of time on top of that. And so you have to kind of do some of that math there. But if you're keeping the car for I'm just going to pick a number out of my head, 5 to 6 years, I could see full self-driving. And if you do 2 hours of driving a day at 5 to 6 years, I could see full self-driving being worth it. Zachary, it depends on how long you want to keep the car and what your expectations are for tech in the future. And in terms of if you're trying to buy full self-driving to make sure you get all the latest updates for the future, no, full self-driving will be obsolete on the vehicle you buy within 40 years. We're seeing that right now with hardware 3 and hardware 4. And it's just on and on and on and on. Just like how every year there's a new iPhone and the old iPhones become obsolete. That's just how it is. Just like how there's AI now, Apple Intelligence, and anything older than an iPhone 15 mean, sorry, you can't actually use it. It's kind of the same thing to give you a relative example on how that actually works. Chris, I'm signing over for Patreon and View. Thank you, Chris. Thank you for the support and everything. Just pay $99 a month. If you keep that car for 5 years, you would overpay paying upfront. Yeah, that's true as well, because $99 times what? 100 times 12 times 5, that's $6,000. So you're still ahead there as well. But the flip side to that is that the street value of full self-driving is $2,000. So when you go sell that vehicle, that's actually a wash at that point. So if you've got the capital to put down that $8,000, or you want to finance it, but I guess if you finance it, you have to factor in paying interest on it. And so just pay the $99, I guess, in that example. But thanks for jumping in, everybody. Thanks for supporting. Thanks for hitting the like button, the comments, everything. And I'll see you guys in the next one. See ya.